WWE 2K have finally announced WWE 2K22 with an announcement trailer last weekend at WrestleMania. We got a short glimpse of the counter models for Cesaro and Rey Mysterio in the Thunderdome arena, which is used weekly on WWE television. A lot of WWE fans have started to speculate whether the cover star is Rey Mysterio due to his involvement in the trailer. This would make a lot of sense considering past WWE 2K games such as 2K18, 2K19 and 2K20 have featured the cover star as the first promotional teaser. And while I think Rey Mysterio would be an amazing candidate for the cover star of WWE 2K22, there are so many superstars that could make it onto the cover. So today we're going to be running down the top superstars who could make it onto the WWE 2K22 cover. Up first we have Rey Mysterio, who was the main star in the announcement trailer that was shown at the weekend at WrestleMania. Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest luchadors of all time, and I could honestly see him making the cover of this game this year. Now, the past year he hasn't really been doing much on television, but I could see his legacy carrying him through to the cover of WWE 2K22. Up next we have the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was one of the leading forces in the COVID pandemic throughout 2020 and 2021. Drew McIntyre is a really strong candidate to make it as the cover star for this year's game. Not only is he a former two-time WWE champion, but he's one of the top superstars in WWE today, and I could see him making a really good cover star. Another strong candidate for the cover star of this year's game is Randy Orton. Randy Orton was on the cover of WWE 12 nearly a decade ago, and a decade later he remains one of the most valuable superstars in WWE history. The head of the table, the current Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, had some of the best storylines in 2020. His character development will stand out for years to come. He went from the big dog to the Tribal Chief, from a face to a heel, and as the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns has dominated this past year. I think Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, would make an absolutely amazing cover star. The Rated R Superstar Edge returned as an in-ring competitor for the first time since 2011 when he retired, and since then has feuded with Randy Orton in one of the most personal rivalries of last year. However, this year he was in the main event of WrestleMania against Daniel Bryan and the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. The Rated R Superstar's comeback story is one of the best comeback stories in history. Coming on from the Rated R Superstar Edge, I think an amazing idea would be to have the WrestleMania main event on the cover of WWE 2K22. Roman Reigns, Edge and Daniel Bryan. They had a really good match at WrestleMania, and I think it would be a really good idea to maybe put the main event of WrestleMania on the cover. Say what you want about her, but Sasha Banks is one of the best superstars in the female division today. The former SmackDown Women's Champion has dominated the SmackDown brand from late last year to early this year and has etched her name in history. Bray Wyatt is one of the best characters in WWE today. The Fiend has had a rocky climb to the top, with mixed reactions from a lot of people, although no one can deny that Bray Wyatt is one of the best geniuses today in the wrestling business. Another strong candidate for the WWE 2K22 cover is Alexa Bliss. Bliss has been able to reinvent herself with this new character alongside The Fiend. Now, while The Fiend and Alexa Bliss are having their disagreements right now on WWE television, I still think that The Fiend and Alexa Bliss was one of the best partnerships in 2020. Shifting gears now, what if we were to have an NXT edition of WWE 2K22 with a whole new revamped NXT roster? Superstars like Karrion Kross, Raquel Gonzalez, Indy Hartwell, Austin Theory, Kushida, Dexter Lumis, Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, the list goes on, and I can't think of anyone better to lead that edition than the former NXT champion Finn Balor. Finn Balor was able to rise to the top of NXT for the second time in his career, winning the NXT Championship. And while Finn Balor is a really strong choice for the cover of WWE 2K22, I feel as though there is one other NXT superstar who fits the bill as a cover star, and that man's name is Adam Cole. From 2017, NXT has been defined by the Undisputed Era. But now the Undisputed Era is no more. The Undisputed Era has broken up, leading Adam Cole to stand on his own 2 feet. And like we've seen in the past, Adam Cole has been able to manage himself for a long time. He is one of the best superstars in NXT today, and I think he would be a really good superstar for the cover of WWE 2K22. And that is some of the superstars who I think would make really good cover stars for WWE 2K22. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Who do you think is going to be on the cover of this year's game? Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to punch that like button, but don't hurt your hand, and subscribe for even more content of WWE 2K22.